Hello everyone, welcome to Chelsea Sport Focus. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of breaking news. Let's get started.
Chelsea pass UEFA's financial fair play test, a new era of discipline, strategy, and European ambition. Chelsea's summer has finally provided clarity in one of the most heavily debated sagas in European football. After months of speculation, uncertainty, and headlines about financial fair play, UEFA has officially confirmed that Chelsea not only complied with the terms of their settlement agreement but did so in a way that has sent shockwaves across the continent. This is not merely a box-ticking exercise. It is a statement of intent. It is proof that Chelsea, once accused of reckless spending and financial chaos, are now operating with strategy, discipline, and ambition. Stamford Bridge, a place that has seen both extravagance and crisis in past transfer windows, has witnessed something different this summer. Every arrival had a purpose. Every departure carried meaning. Every financial decision was part of a bigger plan. From punishment to precision. In July, Chelsea were hit with a £26.9 million fine after UEFA found the club guilty of breaching squad cost ratio rules in previous years. It was a heavy punishment, and it came with strict consequences. Under the terms of their settlement, Chelsea were told they would only be allowed to register new signings in the Champions League if they could demonstrate a balanced approach, spending offset by sales, discipline instead of excess. This was a financial test that many doubted Chelsea could pass. After all, the club had been accused of overspending in recent windows, signing young talents on long contracts while struggling to balance the wage bill. But under the careful direction of the board and manager Enzo Marresca, Chelsea did not just scrape through compliance, they passed with distinction. Painful departures, necessary sacrifices. To achieve this balance, Chelsea made some difficult decisions. Players once seen as central to the future were moved on. In an era when even the biggest clubs in Europe are falling foul of financial fair play, Chelsea have shown they can adapt, manage, and still thrive. This was not merely survival. It was strategy executed to perfection. Eyes on Europe, the Champions League gauntlet. But the story does not end with balance sheets. Now comes the football itself. Chelsea enter the new league phase format of the Champions League, and the draw has produced a gauntlet of challenges: Bayern Munich, Benfica, Ajax, Karabakh, Barcelona, Atalanta, Pafos, and Napoli. It is a group that embodies history, pedigree, and unpredictability. And yet, Chelsea step into it not as a fearful outsider, but as a rejuvenated force. The first game will be against Bayern Munich on September 17th at the Allianz Arena. João Pedro, the new spearhead of Chelsea's attack, will lead the line against one of the most formidable defenses in Europe. It will be a baptism of fire, but also a chance to announce the new Chelsea to the world. More than just numbers. For Chelsea supporters, this summer marks a turning point. For too long, the club's identity in the transfer market was associated with chaos and excess. Now, it is about clarity, balance, and vision. Fans no longer need to fear exclusions, sanctions, or embarrassing restrictions. Every new signing is eligible. Every player bought has a role to play. The fear of financial collapse has been replaced by optimism. This is not the end of Chelsea's story with financial fair play. It is the beginning of a new era. An era where Stamford Bridge can dream again, dream of silverware, of European nights, and of a club that is not only competitive on the pitch but respected off it. The discipline has been proven. The squad is ready. And the Champions League awaits. Noni Madueke, the exciting winger who had flashes of brilliance, was sacrificed for the sake of balance. Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, despite being a fresh arrival not long ago, was also sold. Christopher Nkunku, a player of undeniable talent but plagued by injuries, was allowed to leave. Nicholas Jackson, the energetic striker whose inconsistency frustrated supporters, was transferred too. Each departure hurt, but each served a larger purpose. Fans, though emotional, came to recognize that Chelsea were not dismantling for the sake of it. They were rebuilding with a vision. The new core of Chelsea's future. In their place came signings that signal not just hope for the present, but stability for years to come. Liam Delap, the young Manchester City striker hungry to prove himself. João Pedro, one of the most technically gifted forwards in the Premier League, expected to lead Chelsea's line with confidence and flair. Alejandro Garnacho, the shock signing that stunned European football, bringing raw pace, fire, and unpredictability to the wings. Jamie Bino-Gittens, another young wide player, a guarantee that Chelsea's flanks would remain dangerous for years to come. Jorrel Hato, the versatile Dutch defender, a signing that addressed both immediate needs and long-term stability at the back. These arrivals were not just about talent. They represented a carefully calculated balance between youth and experience, flair and discipline, potential and proven ability. Numbers that speak volumes. UEFA checked, double-checked, and then confirmed what Chelsea fans had been waiting to hear: the squad complied. The rules were respected. The new signings could all be registered. The financial figures are staggering. Chelsea sold 23 players, generating a record £314 million. On the other side, they spent £296 million on incomings, leaving the window not with a deficit but with an £18 million profit. Mudryk cleared to return, a major turning point for Chelsea's season. Chelsea Football Club has officially confirmed a massive boost ahead of what promises to be one of the most challenging periods of the campaign. Ukrainian winger Mikhailo Mudryk has been declared fit and cleared to return to first-team training after weeks on the sidelines due to a mixture of fitness concerns and a disciplinary suspension imposed by football authorities. For Chelsea, who are juggling the demands of the Premier League, domestic cup ties, and European competition, the timing could not be more important. For Mudryk himself, this clearance is more than just an injury update. It represents a chance for redemption, revival, and the start of what could finally be the chapter that defines his Chelsea career. The end of a frustrating saga. Ever since his headline-grabbing transfer from Shakhtar Donetsk in January 2023, Mudryk's story at Chelsea has been marked by flashes of brilliance overshadowed by inconsistency and stop-start progress. Signed for a staggering fee that symbolized Chelsea's long-term belief in his potential, Mudryk arrived as one of Europe's most sought-after young wingers. His electric pace, fearless dribbling, and ability to stretch defenses promised to transform Chelsea's attack. But reality proved less straightforward. Adjusting to the physical demands of the Premier League, coping with the expectations of a heavy price tag, and adapting to life in London all combined to make his early Chelsea career more turbulent than triumphant. His recent absence, caused by both fitness setbacks and disciplinary issues, threatened to undo the progress he had begun to show under manager Enzo Marresca. For many fans, the frustration boiled over. Social media debates raged about whether Mudryk was destined to be another expensive disappointment. Some even began labeling him a failed signing. Yet those within the club,